Hello there. So we're well into week 5 now of our mission to find inspiration anywhere. And how are you getting on? Have you been out and tried any of the prompts? I hope you have. And as you know, on Saturday the prompt was about people watching. So maybe you've been out people watching already. Maybe you're planning to do it this week. And if you haven't done it yet, or you'd like to have another go, then this deep dive will be really useful for you. Because I want to talk to you today about observing everything except the paper, because as an artist we have to get used to gathering as much information as possible about seeing things as they really are, not just making assumptions about what we think we know. Because I'm sure the brain is designed to have I can't think what they call it, it's a sort of bias that it only sees what it knows. So if you think you know about something, that's all you'll see, and you won't see what's actually there. So it's really important to, I'm sure I've said this before, but to kind of be really curious, to kind of adopt that investigator mindset. And that's why I'm suggesting that you think of it as a sort of Sherlock Holmes hat that you can put on that will remind you to look more carefully at all those tiny details. If you've ever read the books or seen the series or the film, you'll know that he spots a little bit of mud on a trouser cuff, or knows one type of cigarette ash from another, and that this somehow becomes critical in solving the mystery. So we want to get that fine-grained in the information that we're seeing. And lots of people might think this stuff is insignificant, but all these details can really unlock what you see and what you want to then share about it in your art. So how do we use this? While you're out people watching, look very carefully for clues. Look at what they're doing, but also how they're doing it, what they're using, what type of thing are they using. So if they're cycling past, is it a racing bike or a mountain bike or a sit up and beg bike? Is it old? Is it new? Is it well cared for? Is it borrowed? Is it loaded up with shopping, or has it got a very smart briefcase? There's lots of detail in there, lots of nuance that you can find if you look. You might see signs of what they do for a living or what their family situation is. You might see something that tells you about their income or their training or their interests, what their character is, what their history is. So we want to get down all of this, and obviously if somebody's cycling by you don't get a lot of time, so you need to kind of look hard. But when you're ready, start drawing and keep your eyes on that person as they go by. And look really closely, as much as you can in the time available. And let your hand make the marks on the paper without watching the paper. We don't need to watch the paper, we need to watch the person. Because if we're watching the paper, they've gone and we've missed the details. So it's more important to see it and to get down what you can and just have a go at that. So give it a whirl and repeat it a few times so you can get an idea. If you get interested in cyclists, you might want to draw lots of cyclists, and then you'll be able to start to tune in on the details of what's different about this one compared to that one. Is this one leaning forward or sitting back? Is this one? You'll get the details. So give it a go, and of course let us know how you get on in the Get More Creative group. See you soon. Bye for now.